happen to be of the belief that everyone, doesn't matter what it is, it's how you look at it. This is WMAP, the world's most amazing people. That's right, guys. WMAP, the world's most amazing people. And guys, I'm very, very excited because I have a tremendous guest on the line. I'm going to get to her in 1 second. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this very special guest today. Lotus Prana Zheng is, let me say it again. Lotus Prana Zheng is one of the lead authors in Simply Amazing Women, which will be coming out next holiday. But also, she is the owner and an energy therapist and a life coach at Lotus Prana LLC. Also, she's the executive director of Lotus Prana Energy Living. So she has some story. You guys are going to love her story. And also, if you're looking for a life coach or anything that we're going to talk about here, you can always go to lotusprana.net, lotusprana.org, lotusprana.com. She's got them all. So she's thinking ahead, and she's a great person. And it's my honor and privilege to bring to WMAP one of the lead authors of Simply Amazing Women. It's Miss Lotus Prana Zheng. Lotus, what's going on?
Hi, Casey. I have been busy with my work, and I have been doing great, and I have been looking forward to the interview with you.
Yeah, me too.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's Friday is always crazy. It's a little busy. Capriana, the interviewer, she's off today, so we got a lot going on here. Just I'm sure as you do, being the owner, you got a lot to do. As far as payroll and all that stuff. Don't you have to do that today?
I don't need to handle that for today, but I got a lot of interviews about my new book, so I can be busy with that.
Yeah, that's all. I'm psyched for you to be in Simply Amazing Women. That's awesome. Now, tell me about your experience as a writer.
So far I have 2 books that have been published. Mm-hmm. And the second book was just published on May 1st.
Right, just came out. That's awesome.
Yeah, just came out. Yeah. So the title of the book is Play the Magic of Life Transformation. The subtitle is New Human on New Earth. So people can buy them on Amazon.
Amazon.com?
Yeah. Yes, and
okay.
Another book, online bookstore as well. Any other bookstores, I think. Yeah.
And what's the name of it again?
Play the Magic of Life Transformation, New Human on New Earth.
And for someone who doesn't know anything about that, who's just knowing for the first time, can you tell people about what's in that book and just a little bit about it and what we're going to take away from it?
Sure. So this book is about a new therapy, Lotus Prana Quantum Energy Therapy. Mm-hmm. And so there are 34 real cases. And it's not a novel, actually, but of course you know it's not a novel, but when you read it, you feel like you're reading a novel because the stories are really interesting. Mm-hmm. And so in the book, I explain how to apply the therapy in each case, and I tell the details step by one step. So in the book, I explain how the therapy can help with depression, anxiety, relationships, confidence, addictions, sex performance, psychic abilities, and much more. And the interesting part is at the end of the book, I give the audience an idea about how the Earth and the humans might be in the next 3,000 years, which was based on the visions that my clients saw during the therapy sessions. Because during the sessions, I brought out their psychic abilities so they could see the visions of the future, which was very interesting.
Wow. Now, does everyone have that gift, or is it something you need to learn?
Well, everybody has the potential, but it's only when people are open to it, I can work on. Some people are not open to it. Either they don't believe it, either they are scared. So so far not everybody can see the visions, but some of them can because they are more spiritual, more open to begin with than other clients.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you knew that you had this gift?
Well, I was told I was gifted as a teenager, but I didn't really believe it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what did you do to learn about this special skill that you had? What type of exercises did you do to fine tune it?
Well, when I was in high school, and some students and I were picked to be in a program called Qigong Improves Intelligence, which was run by the Institute of Aerospace Medical Engineer. And the Qigong is a unitary system of body movement and posture breathing and meditation to promote spirituality, health, and martial arts. Qigong is also viewed as a practice of balanced life force with roots in philosophy, martial arts, and Chinese medicine. So in the program, and the other kids and I, and then we practice Qigong every day. So one of the most famous Qigong masters, Wu Yi, taught us Tai Chi Intelligent Qigong. And the most famous scientist in China was the director of the institute and very supportive of the program. So after a while, we practiced Qigong every day, and the result of the study came out very positive. So other students and we all felt our brains got much faster and quicker, and we also felt the big improvement of physical health. So from then, I practiced Qigong every day, and my body got stronger and stronger. My brain got sharper and sharper, and I became more and more connected to the universe, and I became more and more spiritual.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Now, did when you were learning this, and when you would tell your friends that this is something that you could do, did anyone kind of look at you a different way? Because that's something kind of new that not many people know about.
Honestly, all of them at the beginning, they were scared of me.
Right. Okay.
All right. At first, they thought I was lying. Second, I proved to them. They thought I was scary. I was weird. But after time, they got curious. So I proved it. They felt energy and helped them. I used the energy work. It's type of energy work as well to help them. When they got a cold, I heal them. That energy. So they learned it's quite interesting, and also I taught them how to practice Qigong, and they did. Then they felt energy, they felt stronger. So, and then they started to love it, and we started practicing Qigong together.
Wow! Now, are you someone that can see people's their motive, whether they are positive people or negative people? Are we attracted to what we put out there?
Well, in my eyes, everybody is positive. Just some people just have negative childhoods. So there are many layers of the energy. Maybe on the surface, some people are negative. So I just because of my practice. In the past, I see all the way into the core. I see the person has angel energy. So that's why I don't run away from kind of maybe other people see negative energy, but what I see is positive energy. So I'm attracted to all the people, no matter, they are negative or positive for others, for me, they are all positive in different ways.
Wow, what a great way of looking at things. And I'm sure that once you view people as being positive, you yourself become more and more positive.
Of course.
Yeah. So take me back. Lotus. Let's go back. What's your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest child memory, I think it's kind of weird for most people. When I was 3 years old, I used to lie down on a mat outside at night.
What kind of mat?
It's kind of like it's made of bamboo. It's in summer. It's bamboo mat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
is that
it was in summer.
People who pray, do they use those?
Some people do use that, I think, in China, yeah. So, and I think I was 3 years old. I have very vivid memory. I was lying down, looking at the sky. I was looking at one certain direction. I felt very connected to one corner of the sky. Felt something was kind of like sucking me. I don't know how to express the feelings. Something tried to take me to that direction. Mm-hmm. I felt so connected to the stars of that direction. Maybe that's just my wild imagination as a kid. I was so afraid I would be taken away to that direction. Mm-hmm. That's my earliest memory of childhood.
Okay.
Kind of weird, I know.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. That's not weird at all. So now, where were you, and how old were you when you had this?
Oh, I was 3 years old only.
And were you in China?
Yeah, I was in China. So I was born in Shandong Province, China, in 1971. So, and I was a very lonely and a weird kid, so that's why I always did something alone, always look at the skies and thinking about something weird. Mm-hmm. And when I was in grammar school, my mom often found me in the library and the bookstore reading stories about, philosophy or Western philosophy usually, and also the stories about aliens. I was very connected to alien stories at the time. And I love Western philosophy, which I was not sure how much I could understand. I just simply love it.
Yeah, you love it. So now, when did you get the idea to leave China?
Oh, that was 2007, but I was 37 already, because when I was in China and I had my practice to help people with mental health, combined with the psychology knowledge and the Qigong and other energy healing techniques. But I felt it was limited because of politics in China, so I think everybody knows how freedom we could have in China, right? Mm-hmm. So, and also many Westerners came to me when I was working in Shanghai. They said, you know what, I think a lot of Americans will need your practice. Mm. Yeah, so I decided to move to China, move to U.S. at the time to explore a new world, to share my knowledge and try to help more people, in a different country.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you speak good English like you do now?
Well, no, of course not. My English is still good, but
no, it is. No, Lotus, I can only imagine how hard that is to come over. I mean, did you know anything about our language? Tell me about it.
Well, of course, I was kidding. I said my English, was terrible at the time, but my English is still as good as 11 years ago, I would say. Uh-huh. But mm-hmm. I was not, I was not scared. I said, oh, well, I can learn even I'm old, but...
No, you weren't. Well, I love your sense of humor. I think that's terrific. So it takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of I could use another word here, but it takes a lot of stones to move somewhere where you had never been here before, right?
No. Yeah, but I just heard U.S. is a country of freedom. That's the big attraction for me. So I love freedom.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'm after freedom. I didn't think I was brave. I just simply thought I was after my heart. I follow my heart. I follow freedom. That's it.
Oh.
I didn't think about what I could face. Okay, take it easy. Anything could happen.
Right. Yeah.
I will not get killed if just because I speak terrible English, right?
Yeah. All right. So now, how long is that flight, and where do you land when you come to the States?
Well, it didn't take long for me. Just honestly, in the first few months, I didn't do much because my English.
Because you were still learning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I first step was trying to make people to understand me, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. You were trying to meet people, make some friends and contacts.
Yeah. So of course I made some friends, and they encouraged me. They said, "Oh well, you know what? You help us a lot, when I talk to my friends, they always thought I was very helpful with their personal growth. And the beginning, of course, I also help them. When they ask for it, also help them with energy work, the qigong work. And I also tell them how to practice qigong. They found out it's very helpful. They think, actually, you can start your practice again in U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they encouraged me to do the work. So I did it.
Wow. Okay, and where did you land? Was it New York?
Not really. I started in Jackson Hole.
In Jackson Hole.
Where it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. How did you pick that out of all the places?
Well, Jackson Hole is a beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I married a New Yorker who moved to Jackson Hole at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a super beautiful place for me because I love nature so much, and the people there are extremely friendly, and many of them are very spiritual. So I just love being there.
Yeah, and what was some of the first things that you found that was the biggest challenge for a 27-year-old just getting to the country for the first time?
Well, I was 37 already, actually, at that
37.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being so old to start.
Oh, stop it. You stop.
Well, I just feel guilty. My English is as good as, like I said, as good as that time.
No, your English is fine. Your English is good. I can understand every word that you say, and so can the audience. So you're doing great.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and if you don't understand me, that's your fault.
Good one.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I know. I love the sense of humor. I think that's probably what got you by. I'm sure there were some tough times. And did you depend on your sense of humor to look at things on the bright side of life, if you will?
Well, sometimes you have to, right?
Yeah.
Because I make mistakes every day. I have to take it in a positive way, try to improve from the mistake. Otherwise, I would beat myself up.
Yeah.
So, and but I didn't see moving to U.S. was a big challenge, though. I thought it was pretty easy because everything was new for me. It was very exciting. The difficult part, I would say, the big challenge was English.
It was.
Yeah, that's not about being in a new country, just the language itself. Yeah.
So it was hard to communicate with people at times.
Yeah. So it is difficult at the beginning, but well, people were nice to me. They told me my English was pretty good. They still say the same thing.
So, Lotus, now where did you meet your husband?
Well, we met in Bali, Indonesia. We both on vacation at the time.
Oh wow, how about that? That's interesting. You just met what, at like a bar or something?
Oh no.
No.
No. On the beach.
Oh, on the beach. Wow.
Uh-huh.
And then how long did you guys date before you got married?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half to get to know each other and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. Now, how about, did you have family over in China that you check in with a lot, or what?
Yes, my parents and my brother are still living in China.
Okay, so your brother, you think your brother might come over someday?
Well, he's working for government, so it's hard. They love to visit sometimes, but they will not move here because they are very settled in China.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be great to have your family with you one of these interviews. Because, guys, if you're just tuning in right now, I am speaking with the great Lotus Prana Zheng, and she is the CEO and the owner, and she is a life coach at Lotus Prana LLC. Also, she's the executive director at Lotus Prana Energy Living. And go to her website, which is lotusprana.net. You can go to lotusprana.org or .com, whatever's easiest for you. And May 1st was something really cool because this is her second book she put out. Lotus, tell me about the second book. Tell me about what just came out.
The book just came out. That's the book about the therapy, the new therapy, which created by me. And the therapy has a patent pending in USA and overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in the book, I talk about how to work on the mental issues and how to bring out people's high potentials and psychic abilities.
Mm.
And the title of the book is Play the Magic of Life Transformation. The subtitle is New Healing on New Earth.
Mm.
So you guys are welcome to buy the books.
Yeah, everybody go over and pick up the book. What's the title again?
Play the Magic of Life Transformation.
All right, and you can get that on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, or maybe can you get it on the website too, on your website?
I have the links on my website.
Okay, so you can get there, check out some stuff about Lotus, because Lotus will be joining us every couple weeks. As I said, she will be a lead author, and she has her own chapter in Simply Amazing Women, because we're going to get to know more and more about her story, which so far is incredible. So she gets here at age 37, and she gets over here and has some challenges with the language. And the first thing she does is try and find some friends. And what'd you do after you found some friends?
Well, I went hiking with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. And during the hiking time, so we talk about religions, we talk about spirituality, we talk about how to improve our mental health and physical health. So we often ended up with meditation
Mm-hmm.
in the woods, which was really beautiful.
Wow. So you take people out to the woods and you meditate?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, when I used to go hiking with my friends in the woods and in Jackson Hole, and so there are a lot of beautiful lakes in Jackson Hole in Teton National Park.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we take a break, we will be sitting by the lake, and I will ask them, So what do you want for today? What do you want to work on? What goals do you want to reach recently? Then let me know. And I design a custom design meditation for them. It's guided meditation. So I got a meditation for them.
And
so
is it different for everybody?
Of course, but usually if I'm with several people, and I can even just with one person, just once per day. With several people, I usually ask something in common, right? So that to reach the same goal. So I will do the guided meditation for them because it's much more beneficial. By the lake in the woods, feel just much more energized and much more joyful, and so much easier to connect to the nature, to ourselves, and to the universe. So every time after the meditation, and they feel so much better. It feels so much joyful and confident to reach their goals, and just also they enjoy the moment very much, and also give me, because at the same time, and I pass energy to them because I practice Qigong every day, and at the same time I feel more energized, more powerful, more joyful as well when I help them do that.
And what kind of what kind of drink is this? Like after you meditate, I know you're supposed to, rehydrate yourself because I know it takes a lot out of you.
Well, we just drink spring water.
Spring water.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. The pure water is the best.
Just water. That's right from nature. That's the way to go, huh?
Yeah. Or if we don't have a lake, just simply meditate in front of a tree. But don't do it, with the same tree over and over. After time, the tree, cannot handle it. It's true. I'm not kidding.
Really? Is that true?
Yeah. You can do it in front of the lake. The lake will be the same. But if you do it over and over in front of the same tree, soon the tree will be weaker and weaker. Eventually, it might die. Because you take energy from the same tree. That's why if we do it in front of one tree, we will switch to another tree. But my favorite place usually is in front of a lake and in front of waterfalls.
Okay, wow, so that sounds pretty cool. Hey, so we're running out of time for this edition, but we're going to have you back on in a couple weeks, and I am excited to learn more about you, and I'm sure the audience is too. Guys, I'm speaking with Lotus Prana Zheng, and to get more information, go to lotusprana.net or go to lotusprana.org or lotusprana.com. Make sure you pick up the new book, which is called what? What's the name of that new book?
Play the Magic of Life Transformation.
Right, and that just came out. And it's getting great reviews, so make sure you pick that up. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, anywhere books are sold, you can get it there. And Lotus, I got to tell you, I'm really into your story, and I can't wait to hear what part 2 comes up and where we go from there. You're definitely one of the world's most amazing people. And is there anything you want to leave the listeners with today?
Oh, yeah, sure. I have one more story to share with you.
Okay, great. I'd love it.
Yeah, because I think most people are interested in UFO, right?
Yeah.
I want to share a very interesting story. When I was 13 years old, I was in the middle school. I was living in the dorm. One night, I was looking out a window. I saw a huge UFO floating.
No way.
Yeah, it looked like one big plate on top of another. I was really scared. And suddenly it disappeared from the dorm. I didn't know when I went back to the dorm. I looked around. My roommate was still sleeping. I was confused. Did I have a dream? And it felt so real. Where did I go? I didn't remember anything except the plate-shaped UFO.
Wow.
So next morning, I almost told my roommates, but I was holding back because I was worried they would laugh at me. So I kept the secret until 30 years later. And in July 2015, I went to a UFO conference, and I learned that many people had a similar experience. So they told me I may have the UFO experience. Maybe it's better to see a hypnotherapist to get my memory back at the time. So the next year, in 2016, I went to Brian Weiss' workshop, who is the most famous hypnotherapist in the world. And I asked him if he could help me to get the memory back. He said he had helped many people who had a similar experience. And he found out they did have the UFO experiences.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So he believed I could have the, UFO experience as well, but he was too busy to help me. So he said there are many hypnotherapists who can help me. So later, I saw many hypnotherapists, but the problem is every time in the first minutes I blocked myself, I couldn't get hypnotized. I guess my fears were in a way I was worried I may get some scary, unpleasant memory back, which might destroy my life.
Oh, wow.
So I'm still confused. I'm still not sure it's my dream or it is for real. I hope one hypnotherapist who is good at this will find me, help me get my memory back, and remove my fears first.
Wow, that's some stuff. I have so many questions for you. That's where we're going to pick up next week. We'll start with that story because I got so many questions. That is pretty incredible. Guys, go to lotusprana.net, lotusprana.com, and Lotus Prana Zheng, you are definitely one of the world's most amazing people, and I can't wait to talk to you next.
Oh, thank you so much, Casey. I can't wait to talk to you next time, too. And thank you for listening, everyone. And thank you for burying my English.
Your English is good.
You guys take care and enjoy the rest of your day. And talk to you next time.
All right. You too. Thank you. God bless.
Everybody like a fool. Gotta roll the punches. Hey.
That is the one and only Lotus Prana Zheng, and we're going to hear from her in another couple weeks. Can't wait for that. And guys, we'll be right back with C.B. Hoffman. Be right back. Stay tuned.
4 on the floor and a 429. We used to take it out on